welcome back to our basement. We have got moving with this little bit of the project in the past few weeks, which is exciting, and we have been digging out basically the floor of the basement so that we can get the insulation in there, and then we can get the concrete poured and get the whole project moving forward. So that's really exciting. It was also an opportunity to use our brand new laser level, which we got offered a little while ago, and it has been sitting in my cupboard and I haven't had an opportunity to use it until now. But it's this one from Kaiweets. Now, I am not a laser level expert at all, but we as sort of DIYers and occasional construction job people do sometimes use a laser level. Last time we used one was when we were doing the tiling in our ensuite bathroom. They're really handy to have. But obviously, if you're not using them all the time, it's difficult to justify spending a lot of money on them. In the past, we've used the kind of cheaper versions of the laser level, which have limited functionality, or we've borrowed the more expensive versions. So it was a nice idea to have something a little bit better for ourselves that we could keep. So this is about £130, this one, and it's from a company called Kaiweets, who aren't massively well known. So if you haven't heard of them, that's completely normal. But they're trying to kind of introduce a bit more of an advanced laser level at a price point that perhaps DIYers can afford as well. I'll just quickly show you what's in the box. So we have been using this already today, so we've got an idea that we quite like it. We found it quite easy to use. I don't know how it compares to all the others on the market. We have tried a couple in the past, but in terms of functionality, we found it as easy to use, if not easier than some of those. So you get the laser level itself in here. Obviously, this handy pack in itself is actually really handy. You've got the nice kind of protection, and it's just got a good handle and a good zip-up case, and I think that really helps you to look after things if you've got somewhere easy to store them. So quite liked that. This is the laser itself, which is pretty lightweight and compact, so that's always good. Who wants bulky tools if they don't have to have them? One of the things they're kind of marketing about it is that it's a 360 laser. Now, if you don't have one that's capable of the 360 measurements, then you have to start moving it around to get your measurements. So you can still get the measurements you need, but there's a lot more opportunities to go wrong. And if you're not using lasers every day and you're sort of an occasional DIYer, it's so much easier to go wrong anyway, because you've obviously got less experience, and you can really mess jobs up and cause yourself a lot of extra time and heartache and pain. So we learned quite quickly that it's important to use a good laser and to use it well, and make sure that you haven't got it locked at the wrong angle. That's the kind of thing that we've done in the past or anything like that. So I definitely would say getting your hands on a good laser is worthwhile if you're doing any kind of slightly technical DIY jobs. So that's good. Within this case as well, it comes with some other things that I thought were quite handy. It's not like the AA batteries, it's lithium batteries, but you do get a spare battery in the pack. So that's quite handy. And then you've got, in order to charge it, you have got a plug option, which not everything comes with these days, as well as the USB. So that means kind of increases your chances of being able to keep it all well charged and being able to use it. It then comes as well with this little mounting plate, which I'll pop it into in a minute actually. And I'll just show you the other two bits as well. So this is a target board. And basically, because this is a green laser light, so that's perhaps the other thing to mention about it, you can get cheaper ones which are just red. Any green laser is a bit more expensive. That's because green is easier to see, so particularly if you're working outside, if you need a laser for outside work, just need to be able to have good visibility of it, then the green is a better thing to have. It also has the 2 red plumb points on it, so that'll give you your exact spots that you're looking for as well. So they are red lasers, but primarily it's a green laser. You can't always see it though sometimes. I'm sure if you've used a laser before, you know what it's like. You shine it on something and you can't quite pick it out. So this just gives you something to put there where you can actually pick out the laser line. So that's quite handy. And then the metal plate basically goes with this mounting plate, this mount. So if you attach this to this, let's see if I can do this. I did do it earlier. Try not to make too much of a meal of it. This is magnetic. So if you need to stick this somewhere, then you can basically, right, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, working out now. You can basically attach this, say, onto the wall, or you can attach it onto metal or wherever you need to have a secure point for measuring from. And then you can attach this onto the metal plate. So that's quite handy, and it's a reasonably powerful magnet. So you will then get a really good hold point and a secure point to measure from, because of course that is one of the areas where you can start to go wrong with your laser. So I liked that. So all in all, I'll show you it in use in a minute, and you can get a picture of what we're trying to do down here. But all in all, for the price, we thought it was pretty decent and it was worth having. So I will pop a link down below so you can take a look in a bit more detail if you would like to. So just to give you an idea of how this laser level works and how they work in general, what we're trying to achieve down here is this is the basement floor and we need to get it reasonably level before we put the insulation in and then the concrete on top. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be completely perfect because we can make up for any discrepancies with the concrete once we put that on, but we don't want it to be miles out. So we're just looking roughly for an even surface the whole way across. So this is the laser level straight out of the box, basically. It does come with a bit of charge, but we've charged it up a bit more. So you just need to pop it down and if you slide that button across at the side, straight away that's working. Now, something that you might notice if you look, it's self-leveling basically. So if it's not level, you'll know because it will start to kind of pulsate. So there we go, I've just moved that over there and it's letting you know that's not level with that pulsation. So we know that we're good, we know that it's level. You may notice you have these funny little sort of mist spots basically in various places. Now that's actually just because of the design of the laser at the top. You've got these bits on the corner and they're blocking it. So don't worry about those. If you do see them, you haven't done anything wrong and it's not broken. That's just the way it is, it's the design. So for the purposes of what we want to do, I've got a piece of wood here. I'm just going to hold this in front of the laser. Now we know over here, we've measured it and worked out that this is about the right depth. So now what we need to know is it this depth the whole way over. So I'm going to mark on this piece of wood here just with a pen along that laser line. And then I'm going to pop this piece of wood in a couple of other spots and see if we're working to about the same line, and that will tell us what we need to know for the sake of this job. Now holding it over there, so I haven't had to turn the laser around or anything because it's obviously working the whole way around, 360, so that's lovely. So I've popped it over here and you can see that actually it's quite a bit lower. So this is telling us that it's a bit lower here, so we've actually dug too much, which is not the way around that we wanted to do it. So we could actually just dig away a bit more there. What we'll probably do is just even it out a bit and rake it over a bit so it ends up being a bit more of a better match and a bit more even. But really simple, and how else would we have done that without a laser and without 360 laser? Well, it would have taken us a lot longer. It would have been a lot of tape measures, a lot of faffing around. So you can see what a great tool they are to have and how they just speed up what you're working on. So just to establish how much work we've got to do in here, I'm just going to find a couple more spots and see how we're going there. So I think that's slightly less in terms of the discrepancy, and then pop it over here. And this is the beauty of the 360 laser. See, it's much closer over there in that corner, is that you don't have to keep moving the laser at all, and you can find all these different spots in the room. So that's great. Perhaps a bit further away there. Move it over here, and we're getting much closer to where we need to be. So hopefully that gives you an idea. Just do one last one here. Oh yeah, and we're better there as well. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how easy they are to use and where you might be able to use a laser level in some of your jobs at home as well. Hopefully you found this video useful. Please do come and check back soon to see how we're getting on with this project, because we will be showing you what we're doing throughout. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, give it a thumbs up. If you found it useful, please share it with anyone else you think who might find it useful. And if you're new here, I would love it if you subscribed, and definitely come back very soon. But that's all for today. Bye-bye.